Hey guys, today I am out by some soccer fields. Alex is coaching some little kids back there off in the distance, and then she's playing a game herself, probably gonna kick some ass. And I thought I'd take the opportunity while she's busy to do today's vlog. And today I wanted to chat a little bit about incremental changes and just how powerful an impact they can have on your life. So incremental changes are just a little thing. They're habits. They can be good, they can be bad, and just one instance at a time, they don't make a big deal. You go work out one time, or you have one piece of cake, whatever, it doesn't matter. One time is not going to change your life for better or for worse one time. But when we make habits out of those things, that's when we start to see those changes one way or the other. So, you don't gain 20 pounds over the course of a weekend or a week or a month. It takes longer than that. We accumulate over the course of time with those negative habits, or inversely, with positive habits, you can have a huge impact on the quality of your life. A really good quote, and I don't know where it came from, but it's people overestimate how much they can accomplish in a year, and they underestimate how much they can accomplish and how much can change in 5 years. And this is going right along with that line of thought. And the way I've implemented some of these in my own life, and even short term, I've started to see some really positive changes, is one example would be with meditation. So when I started out, the idea of sitting still for any amount of time was a bit much. And then I found an app, and what it does is it sits you down for 10 minutes. You do what the guy says, and then 10 minutes later, you're done. It's as easy as that. And everybody's got 10 minutes during the course of their day. Everybody, me included. So even though I'm busy at the time, I was driving probably an hour a day to and from work, and I had time. I had 10 minutes. I could sit still for 10 minutes and just listen. And then over the course of time, I started to kind of settle down. And I didn't get it every day, but then I found out that I felt better when I did, so I started making it, a priority and that kind of thing. And when I don't do it, I miss it. And then I found, hey, what if we had 5 more minutes? And so then I got up to 15 minutes, and very recently I've bumped it up to 20 minutes. And it's just, I didn't try to do it all at once, because I found that when I bumped it up too fast, then I ended up quitting. It was too much, and I quit. And that's very consistent with a lot of other people's experiences. So I bumped the time back down to something I knew I could do, and restarted. So that's where a lot of people get in trouble. They say, I'm not there. I'm not where I want to be. So I'm not an amazing athlete. I'm not 100 pounds lighter. And so they'll just try to go straight from 0 to 60, and then they inevitably end up failing and quitting, rather than taking a much more incremental approach. So with athleticism, that can begin as 3-mile walks a week. That's not that hard. You just walk for a mile. Maybe takes 20 minutes, maybe 3 times a week. I'm sure everybody's got time. You don't even have to do it all at once. You could split it up. You could do 10 minutes of walking in the morning, 10 in the evening. But then gradually that gets to be easy. So then maybe it's a brisk jog, or maybe it's 5. Sorry guys, a little buggy out here. Maybe it's 5 days a week you're going for that walk. And then, you can take those kids with you. You don't need an expensive gym membership. You got a pair of shoes, and you just walk. And then that gets to be easy. That's comfortable. So then you push it a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of a jog. Maybe you carry your kid. That's a great workout. And so just incrementally, you're getting stronger. You're building up that endurance. And then before you know it, you look back and you've made a ton of progress. And the same thing can happen with nutrition. So a lot of people, they say, okay, what's the best diet? And yes, there are approaches that are guaranteed to produce superior results to others. So if you're weighing and measuring your everything you put in your mouth in terms of macronutrients, protein, fat, carbohydrate, you're taking blood panels on yourself, you're measuring hormone levels, you're taking fecal samples and seeing what you're pooping out and that kind of thing, see how your body's processing what you're putting in the mouth, etc., etc. You're logging all your foods and you're logging how you're feeling, and that's a lot of work. And because it's a lot of work, people are going to fail. And those kind of diets, especially for beginners, have an incredibly low compliance rate. People just drop off because it's too hard. It's not a realistic expectation of yourself to suddenly completely change your lifestyle. Now, if you go the other way and you say, you just make a little change. You make a little change. You, instead of maybe every day after dinner, you have 3 cookies. So what if you switch it to 2 cookies? I mean, objectively, that's better, right? That's less sugar every day. I mean, no, you're not going to lose 1,000 pounds or anything like that, but you're eating less sugar. And so then maybe a couple weeks down the line, maybe you cut it back to 1 cookie after dinner. And then maybe no cookies after dinner. Maybe you stay with the 1 cookie, and you're making incremental small changes, and they're much more manageable psychologically and emotionally than trying to overhaul everything at once. And people underestimate that. And the next quote I'm going to mangle is from Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Body. The best diet is the one that works, is basically the point of it. And his prescription for dieting is not going to be as fast as a completely regimented and controlled approach, but its compliance rate is a lot higher. It gives you a lot of foods you cut out. Okay, so we're going to eliminate a lot of foods that get people into trouble, and then 1 day a week you go nuts, you eat whatever the hell you want. And it works because people will stick to it. So take that approach with anything in life, whether it's implementing a positive habit or with taking out a negative habit. Just small ones. Make it slightly less negative or slightly more positive. Smile 1 extra time a day. Hold 1 negative comment back a day. That kind of thing. Just small incremental changes, and hopefully you can find a way to improve your life. We'll see you next time.